My child, don't scroll. Don't look away this time. I have waited. Not for 2 minutes. Not for 2 hours. But for lifetimes. I am Archangel Michael, and I have stood beside you in silence, as your soul wept in confusion, as your hands trembled in the dark. I have shielded you when you didn't even know you were under attack. I have whispered warnings into your dreams. But now, I am commanded to speak clearly, loudly, directly. This is about your family, their future, your legacy. Everything is at stake. You've been distracted lately, haven't you? You feel the fog, the heaviness, the strange tension in the air around your home. That isn't your imagination. It's not just life. Something ancient has stirred, something that has followed your bloodline for generations. But don't be afraid. I bring a sword, yes, but it is a sword of light. And this message is a divine intervention. You were led here to hear this exact truth, because you're the one chosen to break what others couldn't. Do not skip this like you have skipped the signs. Do not swipe this away like you silenced your own intuition. I need your full attention, because what I'm about to say will echo through your family tree. There is a pattern. Can you see it now? Financial hardship, unspoken grief, sickness that doctors cannot name, explosive arguments that feel like storms tearing through the home, cycles of betrayal, mistrust, confusion. This is not coincidence. This is not bad luck. This is an inherited wound in your lineage. And it ends with you. I know you're tired. I know you feel too small to carry this weight. But hear me now, your soul was sent into this body at this time because you are not powerless. You are the chain breaker, the light restorer, the one your ancestors prayed for. Keep listening, because the enemy of your peace wants to keep you distracted, wants you to stop reading, wants you to believe that this is just another pretty message on a screen. But you feel it, don't you? That chill down your spine, that pulse in your chest. That is the echo of truth meeting your spirit. The future of your children, the restoration of relationships torn apart, the healing of sickness you thought was permanent. It begins with the shift I'm about to walk you through. This is not a metaphor. This is a divine operation. First, you must speak aloud these words. I release all pain passed to me that was not mine to carry. I forgive what I could not understand. I accept the light meant for my family. Speak them now. I will wait. Yes, even now, out loud. You just opened a doorway. A seal has broken, and heaven just recorded your name. This is only the beginning, my child. The message is far from over. You're still here. Good. That means you've felt it. The trembling inside your chest, the way your heart seems to pause between each word I speak. That's not fear. That's awakening. You've just opened a door, and I need you to understand what that means. Heaven heard you. The moment you repeated those words, light moved through your family's name like a flame dancing through dry roots. Generations of silence trembled, old bonds of pain cracked. And I saw it. I saw your great-grandmother smile. I saw the child you've not yet held in your arms blessed by your courage today. Don't let your mind wander. Stay. Because there's something you've carried that you've never spoken out loud. A memory you've buried so deep, you thought no one, not even heaven, could see it. But I saw. And I wept for you. That moment, the betrayal, the abandonment, the words that scarred your soul, that was not your fault. They passed down their pain to you because they never knew how to heal. But my child, listen closely. The wound stops with you only if you no longer protect it. You've tried to be strong, to smile through pain, to carry others when you were collapsing on the inside. But strength is not silence, and healing does not come from pretending. So here's what I need you to do. Before this day ends, speak to someone in your family, even just one. Call them, message them, not to fix everything, but to create a thread, a new thread of truth, light, and reconnection. Say this. I don't want us to carry this weight anymore. I'm choosing healing for both of us. And if they don't understand, if they reject it, If they laugh or walk away, let them. Because it is not about their response. It is about your release. When you make this small step, I will stand behind you. I will place my hand on your back, and I will silence the voices that mock you inside your head. You are not too late. You have not ruined it. You are not too broken. You are, in truth, ahead of your time. You are the prophecy fulfilled. You are the one carrying divine DNA to change what looked unchangeable. But I must warn you, there will be resistance. The dark has noticed your rising light. Old patterns will try to re-emerge. People you thought were gone may show up again. Temptations, distractions, accidents. Don't be alarmed. It's confirmation that you are doing what works. It's the backlash of darkness losing its grip. So remember this. When things get chaotic after your obedience, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What is this trying to stop me from becoming?" You are becoming a fortress of light, a living prayer, a family redeemer. And child, you are not alone. Never have been. I stood beside your crib when you cried in the night. I stood behind you in rooms where you were misunderstood. I walked beside you when you felt you couldn't go on. And now I speak clearly because the veil has thinned. Because heaven is reaching through this moment to touch you. You are being prepared for something greater than your past. But first, let's finish untying the cords around your heart. Don't let your eyes drift away. Don't let the world steal this moment. I'm not done speaking to you. And what comes next is sacred. My child, you are surrounded, not by enemies, but by watching souls. Some of them have left this world, but they are not gone. They gather in silence around you now, because they know what you're about to do is rare. You are shifting a timeline. You are rewriting the path your family was once chained to. Do you feel that sudden weight in your chest? It's not heaviness, it's responsibility. The kind only a soul like yours was trusted with. The pain that has moved through your bloodline, the secrets hidden in whispers behind closed doors. The rage that erupts out of nowhere, the shame that clings for no reason. These were never just personal problems. They are echoes of wounds left unhealed, voices never heard, hearts never held. You felt it since you were a child. The way the energy in the room would shift when no one said a word. The way you knew when someone was hiding their sadness behind a smile. The way you absorbed the storms of others, because no one else could. That's not weakness. That's your divine design. You were sent with a heart large enough to hold generations. But I know it hurt you too. And still, you kept loving. Now, I ask something bold of you. Forgive them, even the ones who never apologized. Even the ones who still wear masks. Even the ones who hurt you when they were supposed to protect you. Not for them. For you. For the ones after you. Because if you don't, this pain will recycle again. Different names, same wounds, same silence. You are the ending. You are the turning. You are the bright rupture in the family tree. And heaven trusts you with this. Here is what you must do next. Tonight, when all is still, take a small piece of paper. Write down the names of those in your family living or past who are connected to your pain. Write them gently, not in anger, but in recognition. Then below their names, write this phrase. I release you. I no longer carry what is not mine. I return it to source. May healing find us all. And burn it. Let the smoke carry your surrender. Let the flame symbolize your decision to live differently. Even if they never change, you did. And I will be there in the moment that paper burns. I will touch the smoke with my wings. I will take what is released and carry it to the courts of heaven. You will feel lighter. Maybe you'll cry. Maybe you'll feel silence like a blanket over your spirit. That's not nothing. That's the beginning of real freedom. Do not stop here. There is more. More healing. More clarity. More miracles that want to find your doorstep. But they cannot enter a locked house. This message is unlocking the door. And child, There is something else. Someone in your family is silently praying. They don't know what they're asking for, but your light will be the answer. Don't skip the next part. It will reveal who that person is and what you must do to reach them. Yes, you're still here, and that matters more than you realize. Because every time you chose to keep reading, every time you resisted the pull to ignore, you sent a signal into the spirit realm, a signal that said, "I'm ready now," and we heard it. My child, there is someone in your family right now who is silently breaking. Not on the outside. On the outside, they smile, they function, they work, they even joke. But inside, they are unraveling. And you can feel it, can't you? You felt this strange urge lately to check on someone you may have drifted from, someone who said they were fine too quickly. That's not random. That's divine prompting. I am showing you this now because you are the one who holds the key to their rescue. Not by fixing them, not by preaching to them, but by being the mirror they forgot they had. By reaching out, even in silence, and saying, "I don't know what you're going through, but I feel you, and I'm here." That's it. Simple, but powerful. You were always the sensitive one, weren't you? The one who noticed when someone's voice cracked, the one who sensed when laughter was forced, the one who cried and didn't even know why. You thought it was a flaw, but child, that is divine technology. You were coded with empathy that reaches beyond the physical. You are the soul tether that can draw others back from the edge. This person, they are standing near that edge, and I am placing their name into your spirit even now. You might hear it in your thoughts, or see their face flash in your mind. Don't question it. Don't wait. Send the message. Make the call, even if it feels awkward, even if you haven't spoken in months or years, because this act, this single obedient act, will change the course of not just their future, but yours. You see, your family's healing is interconnected. Each soul is a strand in the divine web. When one strand heals, the whole pattern begins to shift. You don't have to save them. You just have to awaken them, and light will do the rest. Now listen carefully. As you step into this role, old energies may try to pull you back. You may feel tired for no reason. You may feel emotional out of nowhere. This is the release process. Do not resist it. Cry if you must. Rest. Drink water. Put your hand on your heart and say, "I'm not breaking, I'm breaking through." Because that is exactly what you're doing. You are becoming a lighthouse for a bloodline lost in fog. And Archangel Gabriel now joins me. He will begin to send you messages through music, through repeating numbers, through words overheard in passing. Pay attention. You are now being guided, not by chance, by divine appointment. And I will remain by your side, sword drawn, wings spread, shielding you from what you cannot yet see. You are not done, beloved one. The next part will awaken your memory of why you were sent to this family in the first place. It's time to remember. It's time to rise. Child of light. Take a breath, a slow, sacred breath, because what you're about to receive now will awaken something ancient inside you. You've always felt different. Not better, not superior, just set apart. Even among those you love, you often felt unseen, like your soul was vibrating on a frequency no one else could hear. You were right. Because before you were born, before your soul took its first breath in this body, you made a vow, a covenant. You stood in the courts of the Most High, and you said, "Send me into that family. I will carry the light. I will carry the healing. I will remember when others forget." And now is the time for that memory to return. You did not choose an easy family. You chose one where the light had dimmed, where joy had turned to survival, where love was often buried under fear, control, or silence. And yet you came. You were born with eyes that see between words. with a heart that aches for more than surface peace, with dreams that didn't belong to your environment, because you carried the code, a divine frequency that would one day, yes, today be activated. And that is what's happening now. As you read these words, your soul is remembering the assignment. That's why your body feels strange, why you've been waking at strange hours, why you felt like something big is near, but couldn't quite name it. This is it. You were sent as a breaker of chains. The patterns of pain, the cycles of addiction, abandonment, anxiety, they were never stronger than you. They just needed someone brave enough to look them in the eye and say, "This ends now." That someone is you. But here's the secret. You don't need to know how. You just need to say yes. Say it now. Say it aloud, right where you are. I say yes to the divine assignment. I accept my role in healing. I choose light for me and those before me. Say it, even if your voice shakes. Say it, even if your mind doubts. Say it, even if you're alone in the room. Because the moment you do, a veil lifts. A contract is fulfilled. And what once seemed impossible begins to unravel with grace. Your angels are ready. I am ready. You have divine backing now. But child, I must tell you something else. There are gifts inside of you that have been dormant. Spiritual sight, ancestral wisdom, a deep knowing that bypasses logic. These are not accidents. They are tools. And soon, they will activate in ways that might surprise you. Don't fear them. They are part of your design. You've already seen glimpses, haven't you? The dream that came true. The sudden knowing before someone called. The chill when someone lied, even when their words were sweet. That's your divine compass. And it is pointing you forward. Now, as you continue, you will be shown something specific. A family member whose pain was hidden, whose story was never told, but whose suffering has been influencing your life more than you know. In the next part, you will uncover that secret, and by bringing it into light, you will set not only yourself free, but them too. You're doing so well, my child. Even though you feel uncertain, you've kept walking. Even though the weight of this truth stirs up emotions, you haven't turned away. And because of that, you are about to uncover what was once hidden, not just from you, but from your entire family. Listen closely now. There is someone living or past whose pain was buried deep beneath silence. A person whose sorrow shaped the emotional landscape of your lineage without anyone realizing it. They never told their story. They were never allowed to. This person's suffering became a shadow, one that has lingered like a ghost in your family home. Their grief became a pattern. Their silence became inherited. Their shame was passed down like an invisible inheritance. But now, you are going to bring it to the light. Do not be afraid. You are not opening a wound. You are revealing the root. And with the root revealed, true healing can finally begin. Close your eyes for a moment. Whose name comes to your spirit? Whose face appears in your mind's eye? Don't question it. That is the one. They may have been misunderstood, labeled difficult, dismissed, or maybe they passed long ago, with stories you were too young to understand. But their soul has been waiting for someone to ask, what really happened to them? Waiting for someone to remember. And you just did. Now listen, you don't need all the facts. You don't need to force anyone to talk. What you need is to honor the pain that was never witnessed. That is what will heal the unseen scar. Tonight, light a candle. Say their name and whisper this. You were not forgotten. Your suffering was not in vain. I carry your light forward in peace. These words will break an ancient silence. They will echo into realms you cannot see. And I will carry your whisper to their soul. And something even deeper will happen. You will begin to feel lighter in places you didn't know were heavy. Your body will release. Your emotions may rise. Let them. This is sacred medicine. And child, there is something else. That unexplainable tension in your household, that heaviness that seems to appear before family gatherings, the arguments over small things, the strange way love and anger exist side by side, that is the echo of unresolved lineage pain. But it's not a curse. It's a call to someone strong enough to recognize it, wise enough to feel it, and brave enough to face it. That someone is you. Don't let guilt speak now. Don't say, "But I'm not doing enough." You are doing exactly what was asked of you. Even reading this is an act of spiritual defiance against darkness. You are standing in the center of a great shift. And the ones who came before you, and the ones who are yet to be born, are watching you in reverence. They know what this moment cost your heart. They know how much strength it takes to feel what others buried. And still, you choose to keep going. So, keep going. Because in the next part, I will show you the exact moment your soul volunteered for this mission. Yes, the moment before birth. And why you were the only one who could carry this light. You've come this far, my beloved child. And now I will show you what you were never meant to forget. A memory not of your body, but of your soul. Close your eyes just for a moment and listen not just with your ears, but with your spirit. There was a moment before time, before breath, before you were held in human arms, when your soul stood radiant in the halls of eternity. The sky above you shimmered not with stars, but with the promises of all the lives that would come after you. And in that place of pure knowing, you were shown your future family. You saw the faces. You felt the ache in their bones. You sensed the patterns looping through generations like a melody that never resolved. And heaven asked, "Who will go? Who will step into this line and break the silence? Who will enter not to be served, but to transform?" Many looked away, not out of cowardice, but because the weight was great. But you stepped forward, and with tears of courage in your ancient eyes, you said, "I will go. I will remember, even if they forget who they are. I will hold the light." Child, that vow echoes still. It's why you've always felt responsible for things you didn't cause. It's why you've always sensed there was something more for you. It's why you feel emotions that don't seem to belong to you. Because your soul didn't just enter this world. It was sent, with purpose, with precision, with the authority of a warrior cloaked in tenderness. You are not random. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are remembering your role in the great restoration. And now that you remember, the veil will begin to fall away. You'll see signs in numbers. You'll hear answers in dreams. You'll meet strangers who feel strangely familiar. Because your soul family is gathering now. They've been waiting for this version of you to awaken. The version that trusts the unseen. The version that understands power and surrender can live in the same heart. The version that finally says, "I know who I am, and I will confirm this to you." In the next 3 days, someone will mention your strength, your light, or your peace. It will seem casual, but you will know that's me speaking through them. Mark it. Let it anchor your faith. Now, I must ask something more. Not for me, but for the child version of you. The one who still waits in the shadows of your memory. The one who was misunderstood, silenced, or dismissed. They need to hear your voice. Tonight, go somewhere quiet. Place your hand on your heart and say aloud, "I see you. I believe you. You were never too much. You were always enough." Say it slowly. Say it like you are cradling your own soul. Because you are. This is not just emotional healing. This is soul retrieval. You are bringing all your scattered pieces home. And with each piece, your light will grow. Not to blind others, but to lead them. In Part 8, I will show you what happens to your family as you rise. You will begin to witness the first signs of generational breakthrough. And what you see may surprise you. My beloved child, something sacred is already shifting around you. Whether or not your eyes see it yet, your soul knows. The moment you said yes, yes to healing, yes to remembering, yes to your divine role, a chain broke in the unseen. And now, your family is beginning to feel the ripple. You may not hear them say it. You may not see sudden apologies or open arms. But something ancient just stirred in their spirits. Some of them will feel lighter without knowing why. Some will sleep peacefully for the first time in weeks. Some may even resist you more, because the light you carry now reveals what they've hidden. But do not fear their reaction. That is just the soul adjusting to unfamiliar freedom. Let me show you what I see. I see a mother whose heart has softened. Her words may still sound sharp, but her spirit is leaning toward forgiveness. You did that. I see a brother on the verge of breaking a toxic cycle. He won't say your name, but your courage has made him question everything. You did that. I see a child maybe not yet born, surrounded by light, blessed because you refused to carry forward the pain you inherited. Yes, you did that. This is what happens when one brave soul decides that the story will not end in bitterness. The healing begins subtly. A conversation feels less heavy. An argument fizzles out before it explodes. A hug lingers longer than usual. A silence becomes peaceful instead of painful. These are not accidents. These are miracles. You've been waiting for thunder, but healing often arrives like rain. Quiet, steady, soft. Keep watching. And when your mind says, "This is too small to matter," I want you to remember this. A single healed breath in your chest echoes across the timeline and breathes peace into generations you'll never meet. That is the power of what you're doing now. And child, I see your fatigue. You've been holding space for so many. And now that you've stepped into your divine role, you may feel the weight even more. Let me carry some of it. Call on me, not in ritual, not in perfection, just with sincerity. Say my name, and I will be there. Every time. Here is what I want you to do next. It may feel strange, but it is deeply sacred. Choose a photograph, one that shows your family, even if it stirs emotion, even if it includes someone you've struggled to forgive. Hold that image, place your hand over it, and whisper, "I cover this family with light. I release judgment. I welcome transformation." It doesn't matter how small it feels. It doesn't matter what others believe. Your words are seeds, and heaven will water them. In the coming days, you may notice someone in your family reaching out. A message, a dream, a memory you had forgotten. Don't ignore it. Respond with love. You are not being tested. You are being trusted. And what comes next will be the most beautiful unraveling you've ever known. Because in Part 9, I will show you how to protect what you're building, how to guard your light as it begins to expand. Now that your light is rising, you must learn how to protect it. You see, child, healing is not just a soft, sweet unfolding. It is a bold reclamation, and anything reclaimed must be guarded. There are forces, yes, both seen and unseen, that feed off chaos, off fear, off the old pain you've just begun to shed. And as you begin to walk in the new, the old will try to call you back. You must know this in advance. So when it happens, you don't question your progress. You don't ask, "Did I do something wrong?" No, child. It is because you did something right. Listen now, because what I'm about to say is crucial. When your vibration rises, those attached to your old identity may resist the shift. They won't understand why you've become quieter, why you no longer join in the complaining, why you speak softer, but with more power. Some may say you've changed. They'll be right, but do not shrink to make them comfortable. Do not return to a frequency that hurt you, just to keep the peace. This peace you're building, it is sacred, and it must be guarded like a newborn flame. Here is how. First, Create a daily sanctuary. Not elaborate, not complex. A corner, a chair, a window, even your breath. Wherever you pause to remember who you are, return to that place every day, even for just 2 minutes. Let it be where you say, I am light, I am protected, I am chosen for this time. Second, watch your words. Not in fear, but in power. Your voice has shifted, and what you speak now ripples faster than ever. Speak life. Speak blessing, even when you're angry, especially then. Third, release the need to be understood. You are not here to explain yourself to everyone. You are here to become a beacon. Some will see the light and draw near. Others will turn away. Let them. Bless them. Keep shining. Fourth hand, this is urgent. Begin to cleanse your space. You've shifted spiritually. Now let your environment reflect that. Declutter. Remove objects that carry emotional residue. Clean with intention. As you wipe, say, this space is cleared of all that no longer serves. Light will settle where heaviness once lived. Finally, protect your energy. Before you speak to anyone, before you read messages or go online, place your hand over your chest and say, I call my power back to me. Only what is of love may enter. You are allowed to be sovereign. You are allowed to be sacred. You are allowed to say no. You are building a temple from your life, and every choice is a brick. But child, you are not building alone. I am still here. Other angels walk with you now. The heavens have taken notice. And soon, you will begin to see beauty where you once saw only survival. You will wake up and feel peace without reason. You will hear your name whispered by the divine. This is the new path. This is the promise unfolding. Child of light, you've made it this far, and I bow to the divine courage within you. This journey you've taken, through the quiet wounds of your family, through the revelations of your own soul, has not gone unnoticed in the realms above. I am here to give you what few receive. The seal, the spiritual decree, the spoken declaration that sets in motion the highest authority your spirit has ever held. But first, I must remind you of who you are. You were not placed in this family to suffer in silence. You were not placed in this life to simply endure. You were placed here to lead, to walk differently, to embody what healing looks like, to rewrite what love means in your bloodline. And yes, your pain had a purpose. But your purpose is not pain. It is transformation. Now hear me. I have fought battles in the spirit over your name. I have defended you in moments when darkness tried to convince you that you were too sensitive, too broken, too late. You are none of those things. You are, and have always been, the chosen repairer of the breach. The light you carry is rare, and it is time to activate it fully. Stand, child. If not physically, then within. Stand in your soul. Stand in your truth. Now speak this aloud, and speak it with authority. I now reclaim all parts of my soul, past, present, and future. I declare that I am the restoration of my family. I walk in divine power, protected by light, led by truth. No weapon formed against my purpose shall prosper. So it is, and so it shall be. There, it is done. It has been heard. The decree has gone forth like thunder into the spiritual atmosphere, and heaven is responding even now. You may feel a shift in your body. You may feel emotion rise unexpectedly. You may suddenly feel clear. That is the anointing falling upon your path. Now, a warning. Do not expect others to understand what just occurred. Do not expect the world to immediately reflect your inner change. But know this. The world must eventually align with what heaven has already written. And what's written now? That your family will heal. That your voice will matter. That your children will walk lighter than you did. That you will see beauty where there was once only survival. This is the part where many turned back. They feel the light, but fear its power. They taste freedom, but miss their chains. You are not one of them. You were never meant to carry this much pain. You were meant to transmute it, to take the darkness and squeeze out light, to take silence and birth sacred sound, to take dysfunction and forge peace. You are the soul in the bloodline who said yes when no one else would. And for that, you are not only supported by heaven, you are celebrated. But there is more. In part 11, I will reveal what lies ahead. The blessings, the opportunities, the miracles quietly walking toward you now. They are real. They are close. But they require something only the next part can unlock. My child, now that you have spoken the decree, now that your soul has taken its rightful place, you must prepare your heart for what is coming. Because the blessings you've been praying for, they have already been released. Yes, even the ones you whispered in the dark, with tears sliding silently down your cheeks. Heaven heard them all. But blessings don't just arrive, they approach. And before they reach your door, you must become the version of yourself who can hold them. This is the part no one teaches. This is where most forget to listen. But not you. You're still here. Because something deep within you knows you're not only meant to heal, you're meant to thrive. So let me tell you what is on its way. I see reconciliation. Yes, between hearts that haven't spoken in years. Forgiveness will bloom in places where only resentment grew before. One phone call will change the course of an entire relationship. It's coming. I see abundance. Not just money, though, that will flow too, but provision, support, resources aligning exactly when you need them. Doors that were once bolted shut, opening wide without effort. And child, I see peace. That deep, untouchable kind of peace. The kind you've only ever tasted for moments at a time. It will become your foundation. But here is the key. You must not chase these things. You must prepare for them. Receive them. Allow them. You are not being tested anymore. You are being positioned. That uneasiness you've felt lately, that restlessness, it's not confusion. It's alignment. Your old self doesn't fit the new life that's arriving. And so, the shedding begins. Let it. Let what needs to fall away fall. Let the habits that no longer serve released. Let the people who cannot walk with the healed version of you drift away in grace. You do not need to beg for what is already yours. You only need to become the version of you that believes it. Now, a sacred instruction. Write a letter to your future self. Yes, you heard me. A letter. Date it 1 year from today. And begin with these words. I'm so proud of you. You kept going. Write down the healed life you're stepping into. Write as if it's already happened. The peace you wake up with. The joy in your family. The love that surrounds you. The clarity in your path. This is not a game. It's a declaration in the spiritual realm. And when you write it, I will stand behind you, etching your words into light. And 1 year from now, you'll find that letter and weep with gratitude because it all came to pass. Do not say, it's too late. Do not say, it's too hard. Say only this. I trust what's meant for me is already on its way. Because it is. And child, you're not waiting anymore. You're walking toward it. Each step, each breath, each choice in truth is a magnet pulling miracles closer. You've stepped through the gate, my child. Now you must learn to walk in what you've been given, not just for a moment, not just when you feel strong, but every single day, even when the wind rises and your feet shake, because the light you carry now is not delicate. It is not weak. It is forged, tested, strengthened through every storm you've already survived. So, let me show you how to hold your alignment, how to walk in a miracle mindset, how to protect what heaven has poured into your hands. First, you must understand this truth. The world will not always reflect your new reality right away. You will declare peace, but still encounter chaos. You will declare love, and some may still try to provoke pain. This does not mean it's not working. This means the shift is real, and the old world is simply trying to see if you still belong to it. You don't. So I give you this sacred posture. No matter what happens, pause, place your hand on your heart, and whisper, I am anchored in the unseen. I walk by truth, not by appearances. That small act, spoken even when your hands shake, summons divine reinforcement, and I will come every time. Now, a daily rhythm for your alignment. 1. The first 5 minutes. When you wake, speak no fear. Before the world touches you, touch your soul. Say aloud, I thank you for breath, for clarity, for the unfolding I cannot yet see. This opens the gates for favor to move freely through your day. 2. The sacred midday pause. Set an alarm, even if it's silent. Just once, in the middle of your day, close your eyes and return to your breath. Whisper, I am not behind. I am right on divine time. This resets your nervous system and draws spiritual energy toward your purpose. 3. The evening release. Before you rest, do not carry the weight of today into tomorrow. Say, I forgive this day. I allow rest. I trust that what was heavy will be transformed in my sleep. This gives heaven permission to work while you rest. These are not rituals. They are realignments, tiny hinges that open massive doors. And child, there's one more truth you must hold tightly. You are not responsible for everyone's healing. You are not here to fix all the pieces. You are here to live your healing out loud, to become the testimony. To walk in such peace, others begin to question their own pain. That is how your family changes. Not through pressure, through presence. You carry the divine imprint of freedom now. It glows through your eyes. It whispers in your voice. Even when you say nothing, the air around you speaks. This soul is different. And it is. You are. You are walking proof that light survives darkness, that wounds can be turned into wisdom, that love still breaks through closed doors. You've stepped into sacred territory now, my child. And with every holy step you've taken, you've activated something long awaited. Not just healing, but acceleration. Yes, things are about to move faster. What once took years will now take weeks. What once felt blocked will suddenly open. But this next season of favor carries weight. And I must prepare you to carry it well. Because divine blessings are not random. They are assignments dressed as opportunities. Now listen closely. You're going to notice certain things shifting around you. Not slowly, but suddenly. Sudden ideas. Sudden clarity. Sudden reconnections. Sudden closure. Don't doubt it when it comes. It is not coincidence. It is fulfillment. Remember the prayers you once whispered and forgot? They didn't vanish. They were planted. And now they are rising through the soil of your soul, ready to bloom. But be warned, not everyone will celebrate your harvest. Favor exposes. It reveals hearts. Some will admire you. Others will question you. And some will try to return you to the version of yourself that needed their approval. Smile. Release them. You no longer need permission to be who you already are. You were not called to be small to make others feel safe. You were not anointed to blend in. You were chosen to stand out because only the light that stands apart can lead others out of darkness. Here's what you must remember now. 1. Blessings are entrusted, not just given. Every door that opens, every opportunity that finds you, it's not just for your comfort, it's for your calling. Use your voice. Speak truth. Lift others. Your elevation is their invitation. 2. Protect your circle. Not everyone who walked with you through struggle is equipped to walk with you through breakthrough. Love them. Bless them. but let discernment lead. Your light must not be dimmed by loyalty to old dynamics. 3. Stay empty to stay full. You don't need to cling. Don't hoard what's flowing. What you give returns. The more open your hands, the more heaven can place into them. You will see financial increase, provision where there was lack, unexpected streams of income. But remember, this is not for ego. It's for impact. You will attract new relationships, people who see your heart clearly, without needing explanation. Spiritual mirrors, partners in purpose. Trust the connections that feel light, not forced. And you will gain wisdom, not from books, but from within. Your soul will begin remembering things you were never taught. You'll speak and not know where the words came from. You'll dream and wake with answers. That is divine intelligence. Trust it. But as you rise, anchor yourself. Don't chase the wind. Don't outrun your peace. All that's meant for you will stay when you are still. Now, I want you to begin something new. Start a miracle log. Every day, write down at least one moment of favor. It may be small, a message that arrived at the perfect time, a word that soothed your heart, a bill unexpectedly covered. Write them down. Read them aloud every 7th day. This will build spiritual momentum. This will remind your mind what your soul already knows. You are walking in divine alignment now. And child, you're not walking alone. Heaven is walking with you. Angels are already arranging the next openings. Child, you are nearing the final stretch. You can feel it, can't you? The way your soul is no longer shrinking to fit old spaces. The way your heart is no longer satisfied with fear disguised as comfort. You've come too far. And yet, fear still whispers. That's why I must speak to it now. Not just to silence it, but to teach you how to stand above it. You see, fear does not leave quietly. It does not bow out because you've found your light. In fact, it often gets louder right before the breakthrough. It returns with familiar voices, familiar feelings. What if it all goes wrong? What if I lose what I just received? What if I'm not really ready? These are not your thoughts. They are old echoes. Echoes of past wounds, old agreements you didn't know you made, memories lodged deep in your nervous system. But child, you don't live there anymore. And here is how you speak to fear from your authority now. You do not argue with it. You do not wrestle it into silence. You do not feed it by explaining yourself. You declare, I walk by divine alignment. I no longer respond to fear. I am not available for false stories. Say it aloud now. Even if your voice is soft, say it with the breath of someone who knows they've already crossed the bridge. Because fear is no longer your master. It is your shadow, and shadows cannot lead. Now hear me clearly. Fear is not the opposite of faith. Fear is the invitation to practice faith. Each time you feel afraid, breathe, pause, and say, this is where I remember who I am. The more you do this, the faster fear dissolves. Now, I want to tell you something sacred. Something I've waited to say until now. Your nervous system is healing. Your body, your cells, your mind, they are remembering what peace feels like. That ache in your chest? That sudden tiredness? That surge of emotion when you sit in silence? It's not regression. It's restoration. You are detoxing from survival mode. Let yourself feel. Let the tears come, if they must. Let the old stories rise and pass. Because you are not just thinking differently now. You are becoming new, from the inside out. And your family, whether they know it or not, they are feeling the shift. They may react. They may resist. They may cling to the old version of you because it's what they were comfortable with. But child, hear me. Your evolution is not a betrayal. Your healing is not rebellion. Your peace is not a threat, even if it unsettles others. Keep going. You're not here to be understood by everyone. You're here to be true. You're here to be whole. You're here to be free. Now, take this next sacred action. Each morning this week, place your feet flat on the ground. Whisper, "I am rooted, I am safe, I am expanding." And then stretch your arms upward and speak, "I am open, I am receiving, I am ready." This movement, this prayer, this choice will align your spirit with what's unfolding. And I will meet you there, hovering just beyond the veil, watching as you become the very thing your ancestors cried out for. One more part remains. One final chapter in this message I've waited lifetimes to deliver. Part 15 is not a continuation. It is the release, the blessing, the sealing of everything you've just stepped into. My beloved child, now we have arrived. This is the moment I've been preparing you for. The final part of the message, but not the end of your transformation. No, this is your beginning. The sacred release, the sealing, the divine blessing you were always meant to receive. You've walked through memories, through wounds and revelations, through whispers and divine instructions. You've heard what many would have ignored. You've stayed, even when it stirred the pain inside you. And now heaven is smiling. Yes, smiling, because one soul, yours, chose light over numbness, chose truth over denial, chose love when bitterness was easier. Child, do you realize how rare that is? Do you understand the magnitude of what you've done? You didn't just heal yourself. You opened a door for generations to come. You broke patterns, chains, contracts signed in silence long before you arrived. And now, I place upon you a divine blessing. Let your soul receive it fully. I say unto you, you are blessed in your rising and resting. You are protected in every realm. What once harmed you will now pass over you. What once delayed you will now move for you. You are marked by favor. You are cloaked in divine wisdom. The angels assigned to your bloodline now surround you more closely than ever. No harm will reach your core. No shadow can override the light you carry. Your home is becoming sacred ground. Your voice is becoming a healing balm. Your presence is becoming a living prayer. I release over you an anointing for peace. Wherever you walk, peace shall follow. Wherever you speak, clarity shall rise. Wherever you love, healing will bloom. You are not fragile. You are forged. You are not forgotten. You are favored. You are not delayed. You are right on divine time. Take this blessing and speak it aloud now. I receive the fullness of my divine inheritance. I am no longer bound by the past. I walk forward as the healed, as the chosen, as the light bearer for my family and my future. Breathe. Feel that? That's the energy of heaven responding to your voice. That's your nervous system aligning with truth. And now, one final instruction. One final whisper that must not be ignored. Go and live. Not just survive. Not just repeat the motions of routine. Live. Laugh deeply. Rest often. Dance without explanation. Love without armor. Speak like your words shift dimensions because they do. The future you were afraid of? It is no longer waiting to punish you. It is waiting to embrace you. And your family? Yes, even the ones still hurting, will see the change in you. And through you, they too will remember their own light. You have done what many could not. You have answered the call. And now, my final words for this journey. You are loved. You are covered. You are ready. This is Archangel Michael, and I will never leave your side. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not ever. The message is complete, but your miracle is just beginning.